Alright, today I'm going to discuss about this 2019 MF paper 2. This is a real MF paper. So, but because paper 2 is a very long paper, so I'm going to divide this video into a 2 to 3 part at least. So that I will not spend like too much time for one video and you won't get boring so easily. So yeah, so let's start from the question number 1. Question number 1 actually is quite easy. Basically, it is a simultaneous equation, so nothing much to teach. So I will just like I just like show you how to solve it. So at first, okay, we have something like x plus 2y equals to 1, and then another equation will be 3 over x minus 2 over y equals to 5. So normally this kind of questions, the faster way I will do is I will focus on the equation with a fraction. So normally I will need to like find one step to get rid of all the denominator here. So the easiest way I will do is I will multiply the whole equation by xy. And you might ask why xy? Because I have the denominator x and y. Xy kind of the common multiplier of them. Okay, so when I say I multiply everything by xy means what? My xy going to multiply the first one, second one, and the third one. So you just imagine if I have 3 over x multiply xy, x and xi basically I can simplify them. I will left 3y here. And then 2 over y, y and y I can simplify, I left 2x. And then 5 going to multiply xy, I have 5xy. So you can see this one is my favorite way, which I think is the faster way to actually solve this kind of equation. Alright, so yeah, I like this kind of term, so I'll leave like this. So then over here, if you ask me want to make x as a subject or y as a subject, I will choose x, because y over here basically you can see I have 2y. If I make y as a subject, I will have a fraction which is divided by 2, which is not what I want. So I try to make my equation look as simple as possible. So I will just make x as subject, which is 1 minus 2y. So I'm going to call this one as the first equation, this one as my second equation, and then I will sub first equation into the second equation. So this one will be 3y minus 2x equals to 5. My x is basically 1 minus 2y, right? And then I have y over here. Alright, so then the next thing I will do is just expand my normal. So negative 2, I multiply 1, negative 2, here will be plus 4y equals to 5 minus 10. Okay, this one I should really multiply 5y into both, will be easier. So it will be 5y minus 10y squared. Alright, then you should know this is a quadratic equation. So I will rearrange everything to make it look nicer a bit. So this one will be 10y squared. So I'm solving this thing. Alright, here I have 7y minus 5y, I still have positive 2y. And then I have minus 2 equals 0. You realize all is even number. Means what? Means basically I can divide 2 for every single one. So I will divide 2, make my quadratic equation look smaller. Plus y minus 1 equals to 0. Then over here, I will try to factorize this thing, but 5 and 1 both is prime number. So I guess this one basically will give me the decimal answer. So I kind of need to use the calculator on how to solve this kind of questions. So yeah, I believe I will get a decimal for it. Okay, so I'm going to use the calculator quickly. So yeah, I hope all of you know how to use the calculator. Basically, you just do the EQN thing over here. So A will be 5, B will be positive 1, and C will be negative 1. So calculator kind of need to, yeah, basically they ask us live in a 3 decimal place, right? So we already know they want us to use the calculator to solve. So it will be 0.358, or second answer will be negative 0.558. And because we need to find x and y, so we shouldn't stop here. So we will continue to find our x value by substitutes the y value back into the x equation, which is the first equation here. So my x will equals to 1 minus 2, 0.358. And then you will use the calculator to get the correct answer. So 1 minus 2 multiply 0.358. So you will get some decimal number here, which is 0.284. Okay, so I will do the same thing for another one, which is 1 minus 2 multiply negative 0.558. So this one will give it positive because negative multiplied with negative, we will get positive, right? So this one, we will actually get 2.116. Yeah, we leave in 3 decimal, then it should be good. So yeah, this kind of simultaneous equation is very easy. And actually, you do not need so much of the MF skill over here. Basically, you just make sure you do it correctly. So yep, then we go into the second question, which is the indices. So this indices question, basically they say express this equation in the form of p multiplied 2 power of n minus 1, where p is a constant. Alright, so we need to solve this one first, then we have the second part. Hence solve the equation of this thing. So hence basically I think we can simplify this thing, because this thing and this thing is the same, right? Later I can simplify into this pattern. That means I will substitute the p brackets 2 power n minus 1 into here. Okay, so we do the first part first. So yeah, I want to leave my answer in this pattern. So what I will do is okay, I will kind of separate them. This is 2 power of n plus 2, right? Basically mean multiply 2 power of 2 minus 2 power of n plus 1 mean multiply 2 power of 1 plus 2 power of n minus 1 means what? Divided 2 power of 1. Alright, so over here, if you can't see like what happening here, I will always ask my student to do some substitution method. Maybe I let a become 2 power of n. So you can see if I sub into here, the 2 power of n here will become a, right? A multiply 4, which is 4a. And then this one is a multiply 2, which is minus 2a. And then this one will be plus a over 2. So you realize if like this, you should be able to do, because it's a very simple algebra. This is 4a minus 2a, you still have 2a. And then 2a plus half a, so you basically have 5 over 2a. Alright, then I will change it back again by doing the 5 over 2. What is my a? My a is 2 power of n, right? Alright, and you realize it's still not yet look like this because we have a over 2. Over 2 basically means divided by 2 power of 1, right? So what I will do over here is I will do something like this. This is 5 multiply 1 over 2. This is how the 5 over 2 look like, right? I can always take it out. And then 1 over 2 I can change to 2 power of negative 1, isn't it? And then this is 2 power of n. And then this one will be 5 multiply. These two I can combine them together, because multiply means plus the power, right? So I can say it's n minus 1. So I got the pattern. Of course, in the exam, maybe I can straight away from this step. So we go into this step. Because if you understand, so you can actually skip this 2 step. This 2 step over here, basically I just show you how I actually get it, so that student can understand. But in the exam, I will not do like so many steps over here. Yeah, so this is exactly what they want. So I guess I already done here. Right, then okay, so then I will do the second part. Hence they actually ask us to solve this equation. So in order to solve this equation, and I see the word hence, so I will substitute this one into the bracket there. So this one is 5 and then bracket 2n minus 1, close the bracket and close the bracket again, equals to 5 and then 2n square. Alright, okay, so over here all relationship is multiply, so it's good thing is I can divide 5 for both sides. Alright, then what I will do is, okay, it basically is 2 power of 3, right? This is 2 power of 3 multiply 2 power of n minus 1 equals to 2 power of n square. And if you're able to see this one is a quadratic, if you can't, then I will just do one more step. Multiply basically means plus in the power, right? n minus 1. So equals to 2n squared. Alright, this is not 2n, right? You must be very careful, this is n squared. Right, so what happened here is 3 minus 1, you will get a 2. Alright, so this is n plus 2. Alright, so this is n plus 2 equals to 2n squared. So n plus 2 equals to n squared. And then I will solve this one. 0 equals to m squared minus n minus 2. And then I will try to factorize this thing. This is n, 2, 1, and minus positive. So n equals to 2 or n equals to negative 1. Alright, when I get two answers, I want to double check. Is the answer say about positive value of n, or they can just ask us to solve it to find n? Alright, so in this case, maybe I will leave both as my answer, because yeah, this question doesn't say they want a positive n or what. So I will just leave my answer like 2 and negative 1. Just in case some student like get a bit confused about how I get 2 power of 3. 2 power of 3 basically is a. So I just change the a into 2 power of 3, because 2 times 2 times 2 you will get a. Alright, so if you can understand, I'm going to move on to the question number 3 here. So I hope so far you can understand what I'm teaching here. So okay, then we move on to the number 3 here. Okay, this one, if you read the question carefully, you should know this is a circular measure topic. So diagram 1 actually shows the sector POA with a center O. Alright, and it is given that the length of BP is 2.56. Okay, you must careful about this word R. So the length of BP, basically they ask about this length, is 2.56. Alright, so and then they ask you to use the pi as 3.142. So this information is very important in order to get very accurate answer. That means you cannot straight away type the pi into your calculators to solve this, or you can't use the 22/7. You kind of must use the 3.142 to solve these questions. So the first one, they ask about the angle POB. POMB. So they ask about this angle here. So this is my first step. Okay, these 2 marks is kind of the bonus mark, because you remember the arc length formula. S equals to R theta, isn't it? So my S is 2.56. S will be arc length. R will be 10. And my theta is just theta. So my theta will be just divide 10. It will be 0.256 radian. Alright, I can just get these 2 marks easily for the part A. Alright, then I will go to the part B. They ask about the area of the shaded region. So in order to get the area of shaded region, there's few things I need to do. The first part, this area of sector is quite easy to find, which is a POB. I can just use the sector formula. And then the second part is kind of this one, the triangle OCA over here. I will use the triangle OCA and then minus the small sector inside here in order to get the, this one I call it part A and part B, in order to get the area, shaded area of the part B. Alright, so here I have some problem here is because in order to get the triangle AOC, I need to find the length of AC here. So, and then luckily the tell us is 90 degrees. So we kind of can use the Socator to solve it. So this is 10 and this whole thing is sector, so at least I know this is 10. So you just imagine you have a triangle look like this. This is 60 degrees and this is length. You can easily find the AC here, isn't it? By doing the tangent rule. So I will just say tangent 60 degree equals to the opposite AC over 10. Then by solving this one, I should be able to know what is my AC. So AC basically is tangent 60 multiply 10, isn't it? But over here, you want to make sure your calculator is in the degree. Then you won't get wrong here. So yeah, the length will be 10 square root 3, or you use the normal calculator, will be 17.2321. I think 3 decimal will be enough here. Alright, so yeah, now I can find the area of the shaded region. So I will say area of shaded region. I write a short form here, but in the exam, you please write the full form over here. I will find the area A first. The area of sector formula is half R squared theta, just in case you do not know. So here will be half, my R is 10, square, my theta will be 0.256. Alright, and then I want to plus my second area, shaded area B. So what I will do is I will find the area of triangle, which is half times base times height, because that one is the right angle triangle. So I can always do this, 17.321. Alright, this is how I find the area of triangle. Minus the area of sector here, I will do back the half r square theta. My r here is still 10 square. But my theta over here, they give us degree. I guess this is how they purposely want to trap you, because this formula theta must be in radian. So what I will doing here is I'm going to change my degree into radian. I will need to multiply pi over 180. This is how you convert the angle from the degree into a radian. So you will get pi over 3. So here it will be pi over 3. But because we see pi is 3.142, so even though I want to write pi over 3 here, I will still change it to 3.142 over 3, because I want to get the answer as accurate as possible. So yeah, then last step is I will just like type everything into my calculator here to get a nice number. So I get 1 over 2. Let me just put the brackets first. Okay, 1 over 2 multiply 10 multiply 17.321, and then minus 1 over 2 multiply 10 square multiply 3.142 divided by 3, close the bracket. Alright, so my final answer should be 47.04. Alright, this is area. I'm going to put it as a cm square. I guess 2 decimals should be good for this kind of questions. Yeah, this 6 mark is considered quite okay. Alright, let's have a look on the question number 4 here. Alright, I guess this video I will stop at question number 5, then I will continue the question number 6 at the part 2 video. Alright, so the question number 4 over here, you can see you have a graph, and then you have a curve and a straight line. The question tell you what? The diagram 2 actually show the curve y equals to 4x minus x squared, and the tangent to the curve at the point Q, and we're passing through the point P. Alright, so this line basically is a tangent line. Alright, then they ask you to show h equals to 3. Seems easier, but then he give you 4 marks, so basically you should expect you should need to do something. Alright, so for tangent over here, normally we have 2 information. One information is we know b squared minus 4ac equals 0 if something to do with a quadratic equation, or we know gradient of tangent will always equal to dy dx when we sub the x value into the dy dx. This is the 2 information we will have when we see the words tangent here. So over here we have the equation y, so I don't think it's hard for us to actually get the dy dx, so it's quite easy to differentiate this one. And then over here I have some coordinates here. Here I only know my x coordinate is h, so I kind of need to know my y coordinate. So what I will do over here is I will sub the h into the curve equation, because I don't have my tangent line equation. So I'm going to sub the h into the y equation here. I will get 4h minus h squared as my y coordinate. After I sub the h into this equation, then I got my coordinate q, which is h and 4h minus h squared. This is like my x coordinate and my y coordinates. Alright, so nothing very special here. Right, so okay, so in this case I don't think we can use the first method, and because what? Because because the quadratic equation we don't have any unknown here. So what I will do here is okay, we know gradient of tangent will equals to the dy dx when we sub the x value into it. So I'm going to use these methods. So okay, how to get the gradient of tangent? We have 2 coordinates. We know the gradient formula. The gradient formula is just y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So over here, what I will do is, okay, maybe I start with h. So 4h minus h squared minus 5 over x2 minus x1, so with h minus 2, will equals to my dy dx. My dy dx over here, if I differentiate carefully, should be 4 minus 2x. But this is not yet the gradient of tangent. I say gradient of tangent, you must sub the x coordinates into the dy dx. My x coordinate here will be h, So I will change my x into the h here. Yep. So this one will be this is gradient of tangent. This is my dy dx. After I sub the x equals to h into my dy dx. Alright, so after I got this equation, you should be able to see this one will be the quadratic equation. So this is 4 minus 2h, and then multiply h minus 2. So this is 4h minus h squared minus 5. And then this one, if I expand, I should get 4h minus 8 minus 2h squared plus 4h. Alright, I want to solve this quadratic as fast as possible. I will move my 2h squared to the other side, so I will get positive h squared. And then 4h plus 4h will be, okay, minus 4h for both sides, so I will have minus 4h here. Alright, because I moved the positive 4h to the other side, and then this one, I will move the negative 8 to the other side, will be minus 5, so it will be positive 3 equals 0. Alright, so I will solve this equation equals 0, so h minus 3, h minus 1. So my h can equals to 3 or h equals to 1. But in this case, I will reject the h equals to 1 because why? Because at this position, h is impossible equals to 1 because 1 should be before the 2, right? 1 should be somewhere here. So this h value obviously is after 2, so must be any value more than 2. So in this case, I will choose h equals to 3. And then in fact, they actually show us, they actually ask us to show h equals to 3. So yeah, I will just write shown. Alright, so this format kind of need to understand the gradient of tangent and dy dx. You should be able to do. Alright, then they ask us to calculate the area of the shaded region. So in order to calculate the area of shaded region, you should be able to see a trapezium. Yeah, this one is a trapezium. And then I minus area under the curve here. I will go to minus area under the curve. Alright, then I can find the area of the shaded region. And we already have h equals to 3 already, right? So I'm going to sub in the 3 here. Because I want to know my coordinate q. So later I can find the trapezium easily. And then this one is 4, 3 minus 3 squared, which is 9. 12 minus 9, which is 3 also. So my y coordinate will be 3 here. So I have this coordinate as a 3, 3. So, okay, let's find about area of shaded region. I'm going to reuse this place, so please allow me to erase it. Alright, so, okay, so part B over here, if I want to find the area of shaded region, what I will do is I will find the area of trapezium, which is half A plus B, which is 5 plus 3. 5 plus 3. And then I multiply the height. H is 3, right? So the height is just 1. Alright, and then I will minus the red color shaded area here, which is the area under the curve, from 2 to 3 for 4x minus x squared dx. Because what is from this curve is toward the x-axis, right? So it's dx. Alright, so here is quite easy. 8 divided by 2, which is 4. Alright, then I kind of need to integrate here. I integrate 4x over here, I will get 4x squared divided by 2, which is 2x squared, after I simplify. And then if I integrate x squared here, is basically power plus 1, right? It becomes x cubed divided by total power, which is 3. Alright, this is 2 and 3. So I will just solve this one quickly. I hope the area the area of the curve here is smaller than 4, or else I must have something wrong here. I might do some mistake here. I hope I don't. So this is 2. If I sub the 3 into here, 3 squared give a 9. 9 multiplied 2 is 18. 3 cubed give us 27. 27 divided by 3 will give you 9. Minus, if I sub into the 2 here, 4 times 2 will give me 8. This one will give me 8 over 3. Alright, so then I will just solve here quickly. So here will be 9 minus bracket 8 minus 8 over 3. Alright, just nice, because this is just nicely less than 4. Alright, so okay, so it's 4 minus this one, you should get 1 over 3. as your final answer. So if you want to write the unit, you just write a unit square. Alright, this is how we get the area of the shaded region. Okay, because all is a basic integration, so I don't think there's any surprise here. The 8 mark considered quite easy to get. Alright, yeah, a lot of students ask me about these questions. So I would say is a K-but or this is unusual question, because normally there's statistic topic that don't ask like this. So let's go through this question together. So they say table 1 actually show the deviation from the min mark score by Nora in a monthly test. So the deviation from the min mark for the Sajala has been left out. So you realize the Sajala here have no marks. So is given her mean mark for all the 9 subjects is 60. Alright, so if you understand deviation, then you will be able to do this question. Deviation basically mean different from certain, different from the consistent. How to say? Or let's say this is the consistent value. Let's say the consistent value is 2. So the deviation here means like, okay, how far he's go away from the consistent value. So might be 2.5, 2.6, 2.7 or 4. Yeah, so all this over here we actually call deviation. Mean is actually the different. Yeah, I would say it's a different from the standard mark. So of course if you want to understand deviation better, you can just go to Google it. So and then if you check the mark carefully, you realize there's not possible for us to get negative mark in your exam, right? Because your minimum mark you will get in the exam is 0. So therefore, if you understand about deviation from the mean mark over here, so I would assume my middle value will be 60, which is the mean value. So if you say deviation is 10 here, basically from the 60 here, I go to plus 10 here, so I will get 70. So this one will be 70. So my English plus 2 only, so that's mean I will become 62. So this one will be 62. So like my mathematics plus 23. So yeah, I hope you get the idea. Plus 23, so from 60 plus 23, so this one will be 83. Alright, this is minus 19. Then I go the other side. This is minus 19. Then I will get 41. Yeah, so this is 41. This is 83. So this one is unknown. So this one, so I will do back the same thing. So this one will be 54. And then this one will be 38. And then this one will be 40. This one will be 62. Alright, this is their real mark. Okay, so yeah, after you get this one, everything will become so easy. Yeah, I guess the deviation of the mean from the mean mark might confuse a lot of students. Yeah, because this is not the common question. Because even though you do a lot of past year or you do a lot of practice from state paper, maybe you won't see something like this. So yeah, so I must give them a credit for the creativity. So okay, so over here they ask you to find the median and the standard deviation. So I want to find the median first. Alright, so yep, so 9 subject 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, just nice. So I guess the 60 here actually can help me to find the Sajala mark, because mean, we know mean basically equals to sum of x over n, right? Because this is ungrouped data, so it's sum of x over n. So my mean is 60, so I will do the sum of the x here, that is sum all the mark here divided by 9 subject. My n will be 9. So over here, maybe I call this one as x here. So I'm going to use the calculator. I'm not going to write everything here. So I just type in the calculator 70 plus 62 plus 83 plus 41 plus 54 plus 38 plus 40 plus 62. Alright, so I get 450 plus x. So by solving this equation, I should be able to get what is my x value. So 9 multiplied 60 is 540. So 540 minus 450, I should get my x equals to 90. So from here, I actually get my Sajala mark, which is 90. Alright, so after I got the sejarah ready, so what I will do is here right now I want to find my standard deviation. So the I find the median first. Actually I can find either one, it doesn't matter. So what I will do here is, in order to get the median from here, what I will do is find the median mark. This one is ungrouped data, right? So I will just like rearrange them, and then I should be able to get my median easily after I rearrange them, because ungrouped data, I don't think we need to use the formula for it. Yeah, so okay, so we have 9 subjects, right? So what I will do is I will rearrange them first. So my lowest one will be 38, next will be 40, then I get 41, then I will get any 40, don't have, I have 54, and then we have 62, we have 2 of 62, right? 62, 62, 70, 83, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so I rearrange from the smallest mark to the highest one, and then you want to know which one is the median. Median will be middle value, which is this one. But if you want to use the mathematic way to find out the median value, the median for ungrouped data basically is n plus 1 over 2 th. So my n is 9, right? So I will do the 9 plus 1 over 2 th. That means my n will be the 5th number. So I calculate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then my median mark will be 5. Will be the 5th one, not 5, alright? So which is 62. Alright, because they ask you to find the median mark. Alright, then we want to find the standard deviation. Alright, what's the standard deviation formula for ungrouped data? Basically will be sum of x squared over n minus the mean square. Alright, or mean, you can change it to the sum of x over n square. Because we already have the mean will be 60, so I'm not going to recalculate the mean again. But what's the meaning of sum of x squared over here? That means I need to square all this number. So basically it's something like 70 squared plus 62 squared plus 83 squared plus until the last number 62 squared, and then divided by 9, and then minus the mean, which is a 60 square. Alright, so this one you're going to do yourself. I will give you the answer, I guess. It's 18.60678. Alright, this is the median score I get. No, this is the standard deviation score I get. So yeah, I hope the part 1 actually at least will make you understand the first 5 questions. I'm going to do the part 2 and part 3 soon to explain maybe from 6 to 10, and then after that we'll do the section C in the part 3. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Anyways, if you find any mistake or you have something you do not understand, you can post a comment below, or yeah, you can discuss with me. Alright, so I will see you guys around. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.